Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, like I said in the last video, y'all, it's a lot going on, but I did say whenever they got everyone looking to the right, pay attention to what's going on the left. And I always say that because, it's easy to manipulate the masses these days when you have tools like social media, where a lot of the times people are just guilty by allegations. It's no longer like in the past where you was innocent until proven guilty. These days, anybody can make up an allegation or accusation against you, and nobody sticks around long enough for the verdict. Everybody believes the allegation, and then you spend a lifetime trying to prove pretty much that you are not what those allegations say you are. And it really doesn't even work because most of the time nobody sticks around long enough to even find out whether it's true or not. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Now, I told y'all yesterday that none of the stuff that we're seeing with this Diddy situation makes sense. And I think people are starting to, actually ask questions themselves. Y'all know when something first happens, everybody gets caught up in the whole, oh, this happened, that happened, everything on social media. It's like one big shock. But when it actually blows over and you start sitting back and you get to see things from a distance, you start asking questions because things don't make sense. Now, once again, first, you're shocked because the shock value of the situation that happens. But then once you get to take a step back and actually get to reevaluate everything and start making your own observations, certain things just start to not make sense. And that makes you ask other questions. Now, in the last video we did, the first thing I said was, what didn't make sense to me was how was Diddy able to even leave? Right? They tell you that he was able to go to this place in his private jet, that place. He was going all over the place in his private jet. But it didn't make sense to me because everybody knows if the feds want you or Homeland Security, if any of them guys want you, they already been tracking your movements. You're not going nowhere. Right? You're not, I don't know who we think Diddy is, but he's not escaping the feds that easy. I told y'all yesterday, this was like one big Netflix special or something because I just couldn't believe my eyes. It's like we was really in a movie and people was actually gravitating towards it. And it just shows how easy it is to manipulate the masses in such short time. So just imagine everything else they're able to do behind our backs with other technology and other stuff that, they hide and whatever the case may be. So today I want to bring up a couple things, and I also want to point out a statement that was made from Diddy's team that allegedly DJ Academics got and he reposted. We're going to talk about that, but we're also going to point out the things that didn't make sense, and then we're going to take it from there. And I want to hear what you guys got to say in the comments because, like I said, this was a big thing yesterday, and to say the least, I think everybody was entertained. Let's say that. It was very entertaining. And another thing nobody really picked up on is that yesterday, March 25th, was actually the anniversary for Biggie's album, Life After Death. Now, was it some weird, strange coincidence that, all that happened on the date that was the same as the anniversary of the actual album? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I'll leave that up to y'all. But let's get into what Diddy's team had to say as they actually put out a statement for the first time after everything happened. They would say, quote, yesterday there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced, coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. there has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Now I want y'all to pay attention to a few things, right? I'ma highlight. They said Mr. Combs was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities, right? Y'all pay attention to that part. He also said that their ability to travel have never been restricted in any way and nobody was arrested, right? Then he said paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Now, when you say witch hunt, that means they're hunting for something. They're looking for something. What are they coming to his house to look for? Now, let's go back to what Candace Owens said. Like I stated in the last video, Candace Owens would tweet saying, quote, "The feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew what he was up to, but he is going to be the fall guy so that they can protect the people at the top of the ring. They are raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how this works." Now, let me tell y'all this, right? If you go back to the last video, and I keep saying that because I want y'all to know that you don't just go based off what you see in the media, because if you do, a lot of times you will be lost. This is why I do these videos, because I want to have a different perspective on things other than what everybody is putting out there so you can look right, when sometimes you do need to look left, right? And even if you do look right, just look all over the place so you're not missing anything. Now, here's my thing, right? Here's what don't make sense to me. If they was looking for him and they really wanted him and they was really raiding his houses and all that, why was none of his assets took? Why was he able to travel freely? Why wasn't his bank accounts frozen? Why wasn't none of his cars seized? Why was none of his houses taken? Why was none of this taking place if they was really coming to get Diddy? And it's funny because in the last video, I forgot to ask that question as well. I forgot to ask about Revolt and all his other brands and companies that he have. If he is in fact on a run and he's going to this remote place where he can't be found and they can't extradite him and none of that, if they're doing all that, what happens to all these companies and brands that he still is in charge of? And then lo and behold today, you know what they did? They said that Diddy actually sold shares or sold Revolt to a private person. You see, these are the games they play, but I want y'all to pay attention, but I don't even want y'all believing me. I don't want none of that. I'm just bringing things to your attention so you can see things in a different way and come to your own conclusions on your own. These are things that you're just not going to hear in the mainstream media, but I want you to come to your own conclusions after hearing everything, not just going off of one-sided, information. Now, here's another thing that didn't make sense when they told us that Brendan Paul, which was a former Syracuse basketball player, they said he was arrested this week by federal agents who accused him of being Sean Diddy Combs' drug mule, right? They say the 25-year-old was apprehended at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport while attempting to board a private jet with Diddy. I'm gonna say that again. They said the 25-year-old was apprehended at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport while attempting to board a private jet with the rapper. So if they really wanted Diddy, instead of going to raid his homes and get him, they had him right there with Brendan Paul. So instead of taking Brendan Paul, why didn't they just take Diddy or take them both? Because at the end of the day, the main subject is Diddy, right? So like I said, something just isn't making sense. I think it's deeper than what we're being told. I personally think, like I told y'all before, they're after something more than just Diddy. Maybe it's something in Diddy's possession that he has that they want. Because why else would you go to his house and not arrest him if y'all found him with Brendan Paul at the airport? And let's be real, if they really wanted him, the first thing they would do is go after his planes. If they know he got a private jet, right? A private jet, and they're looking for him. They don't want him to go nowhere. Why wouldn't the first thing they do is seize the private jet? So like I said, something's not making sense. And listen, y'all, Diddy been in that industry from the beginning of time, right? His name has been in the midst of a lot. And I feel Diddy knows a lot, and they can't afford to have him flip on him. They can't afford to have Diddy start speaking because we know Diddy been around for a long time. So 9 times out of 10, everyone's believing him. And it's the fact that we know Diddy knows what's going on. on top of him being called out in his own situations. However, a guy of Diddy's status don't just fall like this. Things like this don't just happen to guys like Diddy. There's a reason behind all this, and it's funny because for years, people thought Gene Deal was lying or thought people that spoke out against Diddy was conspiracy theorists, but now look, right? And like I stated in the last video, why is there no one coming to Diddy's defense? Right? It should tell you something. Young Thug gets locked up and everyone's screaming free Young Thug or saying Thug innocent or he don't deserve this, whatever. Lil Wayne gets locked up, they're saying free Wayne and whatever. Why whenever Diddy is in a legal situation, you never see or hear anyone supporting him or coming to his defense? However, they're friends in his face, right? And not to mention, he's Diddy. So what's really going on? You know, I think, like I said, he has something in his possession. This is why they're raiding all his homes. They don't want Diddy. They want what he has, whatever that is. All right, so y'all jump in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What y'all think they're after, and is any of this making sense now that you sit back and actually watch for yourself? Actually pay attention to what's going on and ask yourself, is any of this making sense? Alright, y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.